Down the slot, it's Vince Dunn, and he scores.
Going back to last season, Pasternak. Now it's 61 goals in his last 83 games as his one-timer finds the back of the net. Through center and on the go. Ovechkin has it in neutral towards the empty cage. He scores again. Alex Ovechkin one closer to 800.
Lose the draw. Now it's a 3-on-2 for the Stars. Lindell carries up across ice. Landry, and they score! Glendening went to the net, redirects it. A short-handed goal makes it 4-1 Dallas. That will not make the coach happy.
What the puck is going on?
All right, welcome in to What the Puck is Going On. We're here for another week of NHL action. Happy President's Day out there to everybody. We've had quite a few games already, 2 in action, 2 that have wrapped up. You can see all that there at the bottom of the ticker. So as usual, we're going to go through the standings right off the jump. We'll get caught up on all that, see if there's been any movement, which I'm probably sure there has been, but we're definitely going to find out here in just a sec. We're going to go through the futures here at the end. We only have 2 more games to come up, so figure to be a bit of a shorter broadcast this evening. But the good news is we do have a pretty entertaining slate coming up for tomorrow, so we will have quite a bit of action going into that one. So, all right, let's get into it. We'll go into the standings here. We're going to start in the Eastern Conference here in the Metropolitan Division. First place, we have Carolina at 37-10-8. That's going to be good for 82 points. Their point total is starting to get up there. That's pretty impressive. Other than Boston, they are at the top of the league here. New Jersey is in second place at 37-14-5. They're going to be good for 79 points. So look, not very far away from Carolina at all. I believe the gap there has closed a bit. So we're looking at New Jersey. They've won 2 in a row. Carolina has won 3 in a row. So these teams are looking to continue the hot streak. New Jersey coming in at 33-14-9. They're going to be good for 75 points. So look at the Rangers to maybe make some noise here. They just made another addition ahead of the trade deadline. I believe they picked up a defenseman. So it looks like they're going to be tooling up to make quite a run here. So let's see if we can kind of count on them to bring some stuff home, so to speak. In their last 10, Carolina is 9-1, so they are red hot. New Jersey, not bad themselves at 7-2-1. And the Rangers come in at 8-0-2. So they have 2 overtime losses there in that third category. But that's, you're losing and still getting points. That's one of the things that we always say. You want to get the 2, but anytime, you can get a point out of it, it's not as disappointing as it usually would be. So that's something to keep in mind there. Let's go into the Atlantic Division. We have Boston on top of this division, as has been all season. I don't see anything really changing there. They're 43-8-5. That's going to be good for 91 points. In their last 10, they are 6-3-1, but they are on a 4-game win streak. So look for them to continue to stay hot. We kind of expected that. I'm really curious to see what their actual point total will be come the end of the season. It's going to be up there, so that'll be interesting to see how many they actually accumulate. In second place, we have Toronto. They are 34-15-8, and that's going to be good for 76 points. They are 6-4 in their last 10. Losers, their last game out. Tampa in third place in this division at 35-17-3, and that's going to be good for 73 points. They're 6-2-2 in their last 10 games, so they're looking pretty good as well. You note they had the 2 overtime losses. Again, still getting the points for that. So that's not bad at all either. They are losers their last time out as well. But they're only 3 points out of second place. So I think that's the interesting thing here to keep an eye on is we could have a flop here between flip-flop between 2 and 3. And really what's going to be important with that is going to be who gets the home ice advantage in the playoffs. You'd have to imagine that it's going to stay this way between Toronto and Tampa in the 2 and 3 position. So, again, it's going to be who can get into second place and get the home ice advantage. I believe if Tampa can get in there and take second place in this division, get the home ice advantage, I do believe they have a good chance to beat Toronto in the first round. I'm just going to go ahead and say that now. It's worth noting that the Florida Panthers have 64 points. So they got some ground to cover here, but they are within striking distance of third. I don't know that they will actually get there, but I do believe that they hold a wild card spot. Let's go ahead and check on that now, actually. Yes, they are in the first wild card spot with 64 points. The second wild card spot is occupied by Pittsburgh. They have 63 points, followed up by the Islanders with 63. Washington with 62. Washington is 3-7 in their last 10 and losers of their last 4. It's looking like the wheels may come off of this wagon, folks. This is going to be something to watch out for. If you're a Capitals fan, you watch their games. I believe there is definitely some cause for concern here. This might be a year in which, things have not gone quite the way they've wanted it to. Lots of injuries have kind of derailed any kind of momentum they had. In December, they played really well in December, only had 2 losses. But since, like I said, the wheels are starting to come off here. We'll see if they can pick it up. A very big game against Detroit coming up tomorrow. That'll be a one on the menu that we're going to be taking a look at. It's worth noting that Detroit is within striking distance of the wild card with 60 points. And so is Buffalo with 60 points. You could probably go ahead and throw Ottawa in there. They're 58 points. So they're not very far away from the contention there either. So there's a lot going on here in the wild card race. So we'll keep an eye on that. If things trend the way they do with Washington, I do believe, from a I guess non-biased standpoint, and with value in betting, this is a team that, again, if things keep going the way they do, we might be able to cash in against them. I really hate to say that. That pains me to say it. But if it's anybody else, and the trend is, and you're seeing what they're doing, definite opportunity if things continue that way for them to really find some value there against them. So let's go ahead and continue on here in the divisions. We're going to switch over to the Western Conference now. We're going to start here in the Central. The Dallas Stars still holding the top spot there at 30, 15, and 12. That's going to be good for 72 points. They are 3-2-5 in their last 10. So those aren't numbers that that really get you excited, even though they are in first place. That's not the last 10 record you want to see. Although, again, with the 5 overtime losses, they have gotten, points out of that. They were losers their last time out, so we'll keep an eye on all that, see, if they can start to pick it back up. Winnipeg is in second place in this division at 34, 21, and 1. That's going to be good for 69 points. They are going to be 5-5. So 500 hockey for the Winnipeg Jets in their last 10 games. But they are losers of their last 2. So let's keep an eye on that as well. Only 3 points different between here and 1 and 2. So when we get to the values, I've been on Winnipeg here lately. We're going to see what those numbers have come up to, see if we can, if the value has gotten any better or worse. So in third place in this division, the Colorado Avalanche at 31, 19, and 5, good for 67 points. So they're only 2 points out of second place. Things could get pretty interesting here in the Central. The value is probably not going to be great in the futures market for Colorado, as they were expecting them to win this division. They are the defending Stanley Cup champions. I would have liked to have been getting better value, though, when they were, towards the bottom and struggling with injuries and whatnot. But the value was really never there, so I'm not going to be surprised for Colorado to have lower numbers, and they look to be on the way up in this division. And it looks like right now, as far as the Central goes, Colorado is definitely playing the best hockey. They are 6-2-2 in their last 10 and winners of their last 3. So maybe we can jump on this Colorado train and try and get some value out of them. So let's go ahead and jump into the Pacific. We have the Vegas Golden Knights leading this division at 34, 18, and 4. That's going to be good for 72 points. They are 6-2-2 in their last 10, so they've picked it up quite a bit. Winners of their last 5, so 5 in a row for the Knights. We like to see that, see if we can't ride them a little bit too. Looks like there's some teams out west that we might be able to hop on their train and see if they can't ride us into some winning tickets here. So we'll take a look at all their value, as they come to play in the menus. Neither are in action tonight, but I do believe they will be tomorrow, at least one of them. And so we'll have a lot better opportunities tomorrow, a lot more to go over for sure. Seattle is in third place in this division at 32, 18, and 6, and that's good for 70 points. They are 5-4-1 in their last 10 and winners of their last 2. So, again, a tight race here in the Pacific. Edmonton is in fourth place, and that's going to be good for 68 points. So they're only 2 points out of third. They're within striking distance, really, of first place. They are 4-1-5 in their last 10. So couple, losses sprinkled in there, but again, the points that they're getting from these losses is really helping their cause right now. So that's the leaders of the division. We'll go ahead and go over the wild card for the West. We already did there. We know what the wild card is doing in the East. Very tight. So let's take a look here at the wild card race, because it's going to be, we're gearing up for the push now. So we're going to want to be keeping an eye on this stuff, and we'll start going over that every Monday as well, looking into the wild card standings. Edmonton is holding the first spot. Minnesota is in the second spot at 30, 21, and 5. They're good for 65 points. They are 5-4-1 in their last 10, winners of their last 2. So they're making up some ground there. Calgary in third in the wild card race with 63 points. So they're within striking distance of that last wild card spot there. Nashville with 58 points. They're there for it. They have some work to do, but they are in the conversation at least. And St. Louis They have 55 points. While they may be in the race as of now, I wouldn't look for that to hold. They've, traded away some guys, and it looks like this is a team kind of like the Capitals. They're going to look to not completely rebuild, but they're going to do some retooling in the offseason. So probably why they're making those trades. The Tarasenko trade to the New York Islanders kind of tells you, the scenario there in St. Louis. I don't think that, they're expected to be a playoff team, and maybe just a little bit of a retool is all they need to get back into that discussion. I don't see it happening for them this year, and they're losers of their last 2. They're 3-7 in their last 10. So this may be a team that we want to keep an eye on and maybe try and pick on a little bit and try and find some values in that. All right, so other than that, that is the standings. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back to get through the 2 games on the slate. So, and then we'll go over a couple of the games coming up tomorrow.
Grime built up on your deck or brick patio? Coastal Pressure Washing Services has a warranty of professional services. From pressure washing to window cleaning to deck and fence staining, as well as dryer vent cleaning, you got it all. Call Coastal Pressure Washing at area code 757-439-9810 or visit our website at coastalpressurewashing.net. Again, call Coastal Pressure Washing at area code 757-439-9810 or visit our website at coastalpressurewashing.net.
Tired of your swimming pool's diatomaceous earth pool filter, the constant cleaning, green pool, cloudy water? I thought this was supposed to be clean. Trust your swimming pool's water quality with a custom sand filter install. A clean, easy solution for your swimming pool operations. Contact Dependable Solutions at 757-354-5517. Do you want to advertise with Deep End Broadcasting? Send us an email at deepend757@yahoo.com. That's deepend757@yahoo.com.
Know your gambling limits. Don't ever bet what you can't cover. Wagering on sports is only fun when you do it the right way. Not every bet will win. When you get on a bad run, know it and avoid trouble. Know your gambling limits.
Control your alcohol. Don't fight. Don't drink and drive. Your one punch could kill someone. It happens. You're behind the wheel. You may think you are fine, but then the other driver is under the influence of texting, and then you are done. Control your alcohol.
Family owned and operated, CP Shuckers Cafe and Raw Bar specializes in delicious cuisine, refreshing drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. We opened our doors in 1995 and have enjoyed being a place to either relax or celebrate ever since. Whether you are in the mood to indulge in a great meal with your friends and family or watch the game, we promise that our inventive menu, attentive service, and skilled bartenders will have you truly satisfied. Both of our locations have spacious outdoor patios for enjoying the breeze and catching a little sun. Our friendly staff at CP Shuckers will make your next dining experience a pleasant one by delivering personal care. We are open until 2 a.m. Full menu will be served until 10 p.m. and late night limited menu until 1 a.m. For larger parties, please give the location of choice a call. Pacific Avenue, 757-425-8676 or Shore Drive, 757-412-2929. More information at cpshuckers.com. Thank you for your continued support and have a shucking good time. Tired of your swimming pool's diatomaceous earth pool filter, the constant cleaning, green pool, cloudy water? I thought this was supposed to be clean. Trust your swimming pool's water quality with a custom sand filter install. A clean, easy solution for your swimming pool operations. Contact Dependable Solutions at 757-354-5517. 5517.
This is the Deep End Broadcasting Network.
All righty, we are back. All right, so we have two games. If you saw on the ticker, we have two live games going on right now. The one is about to end, so probably nothing really we can do with that one as far as getting in on it live. We'll just do a quick update. The San Jose Sharks are on top of the Seattle Kraken 3-0, so a possible shutout to come here in San Jose. Otherwise would have not saw that coming. But, hey, things like that can happen. If you watched or listened on Thursday, man, that was a tough one. Where, Wednesday we had a pretty good day, cashed in, was feeling pretty good. And then Thursday came along. Everything was set up to, really cash in on some stuff that we felt good about. And everything just went 180 degrees. So, hey, sometimes things like that can happen. So keep that in mind. But that was rough. So we're going to try our best to avoid that again. So the Flyers are on top of the Calgary Flames with 11:41 left in the third period. If you think the Flames can come back here, they were down 3-1 here in the third period, probably about 10 minutes ago. This period started, and they were down 3-1. They've got one back, and they are plus 195 on the money line. So if you want to take a little chance, we figure Calgary is the better team. But from what it looks like, the Flyers have kind of dictated the play here in this one. But as time goes on, the value there for the Flames is only going to go up. It's already moved again to plus 220. They're only down one, and they are at home with still 11 minutes to play. That is a long time when you think about it. One goal for Calgary, definitely not impossible. So if you're looking for a little in-game value, we might take a stab here at the Calgary Flames. So let's just keep an eye on that. The over-under on that is 6.5. You're at 5 now. So, the book is trending to the over, but you need two more. And if this game goes into overtime, if the Flames can tie it, and then somebody's got to win this game, so you will hit that over if you go in on that live. So, and still a half of the third period left. So maybe a live in-game play there if you want to get in on that. So let's jump down to the two games that we do have. These are 7 p.m. puck drops, both of them. We have the Winnipeg Jets at the New York Rangers. The over-under is 6. Jets are plus 140 on the money line. Rangers minus 165. I probably understand that. The Jets are a good team, but the Rangers, like we talked about, this is going to be a team to keep an eye on. I believe they're going to make a surge. Oh, look at that. And just as we're getting into the next game, Calgary has tied the game at 3. They are now minus 175 on the money line. The over-under has moved up to 7.5. So sometimes on these live ones, you got to kind of make a quick decision. The plus money was there, and now it's gone. We have a tie game there in Calgary. So back to the Jets and Rangers. We'll go ahead and find some value. I think the way that I have just a little play going on for tonight. But I believe that I took – actually, you know what? We'll go ahead. That way I'm not guessing. We'll go ahead and pull this up. What I'm going to do with the Rangers this evening is I'm going to take them on a game parlay. I do believe them to be the better team, and they are at home. I'm going to take them to win the first period and win the game in 60 minutes. You're going to get a plus 230 price out of that. So that's going to kind of bump up anything that you play that with, so you can probably play a little bit lower of a number with it, and we're probably still going to get some decent payouts. But as far as things go in this game, we can go a couple different ways, which we'll look at, but I think my initial thought here would be the Rangers first period, and the Rangers at the end of 60 for the 230 value. I like that number, so I'm going to go ahead and take a stab with that. But let's go ahead and look at some other things that we can probably go into this game. Another live update. San Jose has scored again, 4-0 with 3 minutes left. That's all she wrote for Seattle. That's going to be a tough loss for them. Shutout on the road against a San Jose team that, yeah, they might be a little feisty, but man, they're at the bottom of the league. They're not a great team by any means. Whereas Seattle, they're going to want to get all those points for the playoff push. That's probably disappointing for them. That's going to be tough. They're going to need to shake that off in the next one. So, Winnipeg and the Rangers. Let's take a look. Let's go into the goalie props, as we have Igor Shesterkin in net tonight and Connor Hellebuck. So the two starting goaltenders here, which this should probably, the two games that we have left should probably be pretty good, I think. But let's look at this save over and under for both these goalies. For Hellebuck, it's going to be over 27.5 at -120. Under is going to be -110. So here's what I'm really interested in. I kind of like this number here. Igor Shesterkin, his over-under total for saves is 26.5. The over is going to pay out -115, whereas the under is also paying out 115. I like the over total in this one. I really do. For the price, the -115, I think he can make 28 to 30 saves in this game. Figure this to possibly be a higher scoring game. The Rangers can really put it on when they want. So I like the Shesterkin play. I think that's probably definitely something that we want to earmark as a potential play for the evening. The goals against over under is going to be 2.5 for both goalies. Over 2.5 goals on Hellebuck is going to be -160. So that can kind of tell you the trend there. They're thinking that the Rangers might light it up. Under 2.5 is going to pay out +130. And it is quite the opposite for Igor Shesterkin, whereas his over 2.5 goals is going to pay out a +105. And the under is going to pay out -135. So we're thinking maybe the Jets don't get to 3. So that's going to take them out of any team total play, which their over 2.5 is -125 there in the team total. So if you're going by goalie props, and that's good to look at in these menus, because that can kind of tell you maybe we don't think that they get there, and you go over to the team total and you say, oh, well, that looks good, but the book is thinking that they're not going to get there. So maybe a little bit of trickery going on there. Winnipeg Jets team total, if we're going to go by way of goalie props, might be something to stay away from. So a shutout for Hellebuck is going to pay out 13-1, whereas Igor Shesterkin, he is 10-1. So I don't know. I'm not feeling a shutout really in this game, but I could see the Jets being held to, probably about 2 goals. So if we want to do that, if that's our train of thought, we can go to the under Winnipeg Jets team total. Under 2.5 is -115. If that's our train of thought, maybe that's a good play. I could definitely see that. That might be something that I earmark as well. Just going on the different side of the team totals here. In this one, we always usually shoot for the over. But on this one, maybe we can flip the script and go team total under. Now, I like Hellebuck. He's a good goalie. So these numbers for the Rangers, even though they're capable, over 2.5 is minus 230. I'll just say right now that I'm probably not going to do anything with that at all. Over 3.5 is plus 100. So for the Rangers for 4 goals, that could be a play here. Hellebuck is good, but I think the Rangers are, they have a pretty high-powered offense. So I could see maybe a 4-2 type game here. You know what? And if that's the train of thought, let's take a look real quick at a correct score, 4-2 for the Rangers, 20-1. So not bad there at all. And I could see that all day. So that's pretty good value there. Maybe if you want to, really flip the script up and take a shot with a correct score, you could probably do both of these games and get a decent payout, or maybe even a cash out if you can get one and the other game is close. But I really think it's got to be, for me, the Rangers are nothing here. Winnipeg is good. I am still expecting them to, make some noise out west, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. The West is, in my eyes, is not the East. The Rangers have a higher point total than anybody in the West, if that tells you anything. So really, I think it's got to be Rangers or nothing here, for me anyway. And if we wanted to take another look at an angle, we have the New York Rangers on the 60-minute line at minus 110. I don't mind that either. Whereas, their money line is minus 170. Probably not a number you want to do much with. But, things have changed here when you look at the 60-minute line at minus 110. So the overview in this one really is we're thinking Rangers. There's a couple ways to go about it. I kind of like the Shesterkin goalie props tonight, as well as a 60-minute line. But like I said, I took a stab over there at the game parlays, something I've been playing more of here lately, just to kind of put, at least something with a little bit bigger of a number in your parlay. So let's go ahead and look at the next and final game on tonight's menu. Oh, look at this. The Philadelphia Flyers score. They are up 4-3 with 6 minutes left. The money line for Calgary has now moved to plus 300. Now it's plus 390. So we've got some live movement going on here in Calgary. Maybe something to take a look at. If Calgary can tie it back up again, you're going to get a pretty good number there for the money line. You're really hoping for OT, and then they win it in OT. A little bit of a risky play there, but it is a live play, and a lot of your good numbers you're going to have to take a chance at and play some live ones if you want to really get these big values. So last game we have up the New York Islanders in Pittsburgh to play the Penguins. And I want to go ahead and note right off the jump that this is a trend that I'm not quite sure is going to continue in this one. But these two teams have played twice already, and the New York Islanders have scored 5 goals in each of those games. So with that little tidbit there, let's just go ahead into the team total right off the jump. And if that's a number we think that they even get close to again, now they are on the road. I do believe Matt Barzal is injured for them, and he may not be back at all this season. That's a big loss for them if that's the case, if he can't make it back. But let's just start here at over 2.5. Team goals for the Islanders is at minus 135. I don't mind that number at all. The Pittsburgh Penguins, while they are a good team, let's take a look real quick in their last couple games. They are 4-4-2, losers of their last two. So I think there's a potential there for maybe some fireworks in this one. Maybe this is a 4-3 type game. While they don't quite get to the 5-goal mark, do believe we see some goals in this one. And I believe the over was at 6, so maybe an overplay is in our sights on this one tonight. But look, the Islanders over 3.5 goals plus 180. And if we think that they get to that trend, that number again against the Penguins for the third time. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if they quite get there. But if they can manage to do that again, one, that would be impressive to do it 3 times against a division rival. But over 4.5 Islander goals is going to pay out plus 400. So you are getting a really, really nice number for that. But I can understand why that number is the way that it is. I would play over 2.5, or maybe even take a shot at the 3.5 for this one. Let's take a look at the Pittsburgh team totals. If we think we're going to go over here, minus 2.5 or over 2.5 is at minus 215. Over 3.5 is at plus 105. I think that's probably where I would stop with them. 4 goals. Let's go and see who's in net. That'll make me. Yep. Sorokin is in goal for the Islanders. So the team totals for Pittsburgh here, they don't really give me the warm and fuzzies. I would probably take a shot on the Islanders. But Pittsburgh is at home in a game that they, this is actually a really big game. So you might even, let's see what the overtime prop is if it's on here. I'd got to believe it is. Having trouble finding it. The winning margin, if we think this is a 1-goal game, we're going to get some values out of that. Anything in the winning margin menu, you're going to get nice numbers off of. So maybe take a look at that as well. And then there's the race. We have the race to 3 goals, the Islanders at plus 175 and the Penguins at plus 100. So I think either of these you could probably take there. You're getting plus money out of the Penguins still with this. And you're getting a nice 175 number for the Islanders to get to 3. Somebody's getting to 3 in this game. Who's going to do it first? It is tough for me to say in this one, but I'm just going to use the information that I have and kind of roll with the Islanders here in this one. Plus 175, we're getting a number that I like there for the race to 3. So I think that that's probably in play as well. What else do we have going on here? The race to 4, the Islanders at 285 and the Penguins at plus 160. So the numbers are really only going to get bigger from there. And again, the race to 5 goals, if the Islanders can do it again, they're going to get a plus 550 for that. So that's a pretty big number there if they can get there first. They do it again, you're going to get pretty big numbers out of that all the way around. Take a look at the goalie props. I like Sorokin more than I do Tristan Jarry. The over-under for Sorokin saves is going to be 31.5. Your over is minus 105. Your under is minus 125. You know what? I'd probably like the under in this one. The Islanders like to play that defensive style that they do, kind of shut things down. The minus 125 number, it draws me to that under. That's probably another nice play in this menu. The Jarry goals, I like this a lot. This would probably be a pretty good play. The goals against for Tristan Jarry at over 2.5 is at plus 100. I like that. I like that a lot. Even if they the Islanders lose, whatever, 4-3, 5-4, it doesn't matter. As long as they get 3 goals in the game, you got to think. I mean, that's 1 a period. They could get 2 in any given period. I think the number there for the over 2.5 goals against Tristan Jarry plus 100. I think you got to snag that up and take a chance on it. That's probably something that I'll definitely do here at the show's end. We'll take a look at the shutout. Sorokin is at 14-1. Jarry is at plus 900. Not sure I understand those numbers, so I'm not going to play any of that. If we're going by way of goalies, it's going to be the over goals against on Tristan Jarry. We'll take a look here, maybe at a game parlay. The Islanders and under 5.5 goals is at plus 360. I don't know that I'd play the under here. I think the over is probably more appropriate. The Islanders to win and the over 5.5 is at plus 290. So we're getting some pretty good value out of that as well. This should be a pretty spirited battle here. I think there's a lot of different ways that you can go about this. Really, the one I like the most, I think, again, would be the goalie prop or the over, which is sitting at 6, which if we're going to do that, if we're going to play the over, you'll probably want to move that line up to 6.5 and get a little bit better value out of that. We'll take 60-minute line. The Islanders are at plus 200, so you're getting good value. Islanders definitely the underdog on the road, but certainly capable of winning this game, I think. If you're feeling different, Pittsburgh Penguins on the 60-minute line is going to be plus 100. So really with this game, I'm going to go with that goalie prop just so I don't have to worry about any winners in this one. I really just want the Islanders to get their 3 goals. That's all I'm going to ask for, and leave that plus money and let it ride. But if you want to dig in pretty deep, there's a lot of different ways to play this game. So I like the over and the goalie prop are probably the 2 better plays that I can see. So that wraps up the slate. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and look into the futures real quick, see if there's been any kind of movement. 4-3 still Philly with about a minute left in the third period there. So probably tough sledding there for Calgary. They're going to have to make a pretty hectic push there in the last minute. So let's go into the division winners. We'll start in the Pacific. You got the Vegas Golden Knights at plus 160. Seattle at plus 300. Edmonton at plus 380 as a sneaky Pacific play. I think I like that. You're getting a pretty good number on it. Let's not forget about the Kings here. I don't think, people really give them any kind of, or, at least not the recognition that they deserve. They're a good hockey club. So they're getting a plus 400 number to win that division, which they're absolutely in striking distance. So some good numbers coming out of the Pacific. If I'm really want to take a chance, I'm going to go with Edmonton, and I think LA would be my dark horse coming out of the Pacific. We'll go ahead into the Central. Dallas Stars at plus 110. You're getting plus money out of them, but I don't really care for that number. The Colorado Avalanche at plus 165. We talked about that at the beginning of the show. That number is only getting worse. So while possible, I just kind of leave that Colorado number alone. And I look back to the Jets here, getting a now plus 450 number to win that division. I got to say, that would probably be my play. They're absolutely within striking distance and absolutely possible for them to win that division. And at plus 450, I think you're really getting the better number there. The Atlantic Division, we're going to skip over. Nothing has changed there. Actually, Boston's number is just getting even worse. So really not even worth anything worth playing here in the Atlantic. And into the Metro to wrap up the evening. The Carolina Hurricanes minus 400. The New Jersey Devils at plus 400. Now, you got to remember where the Devils are in the standings. They are really not far away from Carolina at all. You're getting a really nice number here if you think the Devils can just make some kind of push and squeak out Carolina for the top spot in that division. That would really be something. And really, I think they have the opportunity to do so, being that close in the standings. So, absolutely something to take a look at here. The New Jersey Devils at plus 400. And here's my dark horse, so to speak, for the Metro. The New York Rangers at 12-1 to win that division. While they may not do that, you're getting a pretty good number on it. They've got some work to do to make that happen. But look, they're going to get into the playoffs. And I think they're a team that once we get into our playoff shows for What the Puck, we're going to have a really good time with that. And the menu should be pretty good for that, I would think. But I'm going to be looking at the Rangers to possibly make a pretty deep run here in the playoffs. So, all right, that's going to do it for us this evening. Hopefully we found you something in a, most of the games have already been played. So there's the two. Definitely some plays to be made, though. Lots of, some college basketball on tonight anyway, a couple good matchups. So if you want to do some mixing and matching, the opportunities are certainly there to do so. So we have a pretty good slate for tomorrow. Some interesting games, important games, maybe a couple of games that are going to tell us, what's going to be the direction of these couple teams. And we will get to all of that tomorrow. But a much better slate, and we'll be looking forward to definitely finding our opportunities there. So, all right, that's going to do it for us. What the Puck is going on Monday evening. We will be back 6 p.m. tomorrow evening to take another dive into the world of the NHL betting. So we're gonna find it tomorrow. Good opportunities, NHL values. We're gonna find it. All right, folks. We will see you then. Good luck on your tickets and have a good evening.